Now on SBU-TV, a proposed bill bans the sale of household pets by puppy mills and commercial breeders. Plus, Cattaraugus County was ranked one of the least healthy counties in New York. And a ban on plastic bags could soon affect you. SBU-TV starts now. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Roisin Coleman.
And I'm Jocelyn Person. Although it's raining outside, it's still a good day, right, Roisin?
Yeah, I'm wearing flats, so it's not going to be that fun, but it's still a good day.
Yeah. Cattaraugus County is ranked as one of 5 unhealthiest counties in New York State. I spoke with Dr. Kevin Watkins from the County Health Department to find out what factors contribute to the county's poor health report card.
Maintaining a healthy lifestyle plays a big factor in your life. Recently, Cattaraugus County is ranked as one of the 5 unhealthiest counties in New York State. Dr. Kevin Watkins from the County Health Department says poverty is one of the factors for the unhealthy lifestyle.
Wealth tends to have good health. Poverty tends to lead to poor health. And that correlation is unfortunate.
Though poverty plays a factor for the county being ranked as one of the unhealthiest counties, Lenore Lonsberry, director of Genesis House Homeless Shelter, says not all people living in shelters are at health risk.
We have really good food here. There's food all the time here. Some shelters you can only eat like from 8 to 9 o'clock. We don't do that. The food is here. They can eat whatever they want when they want.
We have to talk about the food that they may receive at a homeless shelter may not be the most healthiest food that you get. So that's all part of a social determinant of health.
Jocelyn Person, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
Social and physical environments are the other factors that contributes to unhealthy lifestyle in the county. However, only a native returned from college to create a healthier alternative to fast food. Sean Mickey shows how these quick meals compares to fast food.
Driving down West State Street in Olean, you may notice a new storefront. Go-To Meals is a prepared meal service that was founded after a college at Brockport student was looking for a way to get quick and healthy meals.
It was like so hard for us to just cope with school. So I was like, how would an everyday person be able to eat healthy, take care of kids, have family activities? So I was like, I wonder if I could provide that convenience for everyone in my hometown.
Gayton claims his meals are healthier and just as cheap as a fast food meal, so we checked it out.
We kind of price them at cheaper than like fast food. For example, we went to a couple fast food places and their small value meals were $7 and over. And like I said, all of our meals are priced at $6 and less.
One of this week's meals, beef teriyaki, has less calories, fats, and carbs than a Big Mac itself.
A lot of people, don't eat healthy because it's essentially not convenient, or it takes time, or they think it's too expensive. But with here, we have the meals that are already cooked. The only thing that literally have for you to do is heat it up. You could even heat it up here. We have a microwave for you if you're on the run.
Customers have the option to choose between store pickup and delivery, which Gayton says adds to the convenience. For SBU-TV, I'm Sean Mickey.
Go-To Meal storefront opened just 3 weeks ago.
New York State legislators introduced a new bill to ban what they say is the sale of notorious puppy mills in pet stores. Maya Capolino speaks to a Cattaraugus County SPCA representative.
Dogs, cats, and rabbits, lovable animals, but are they worth what the pet stores offer them for? Senator Michael Gianaris and Assemblymember Linda B. Rosenthal introduced a new bill to prohibit the sale of these pets across New York State. In a statement from Gianaris, he said, "With thousands of good animals in need of homes, there is no need for notorious puppy mills to supply pet stores. The bill would help find homes for rescue animals while discouraging facilities linked to animal mistreatment." I talked to Cattaraugus County SPCA Vice President Joan Carl. She does not believe the bill will go anywhere.
So my thoughts on that bill, right now, I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see where it went to a committee yet, but I couldn't find much information.
The New York agricultural market and the New York State Department of Health comes into pet stores and shelters on a regular basis.
They regulate a lot. They regulate the sale of animals, they regulate shelters, they regulate different breeders. So they go around and they make sure that our shot records are intact, that the dogs are basically healthy, are they kept warm enough, and they do that to all breeders, and they can show up at any time.
If legislation passes the bill and Governor Cuomo signs it, it will be the third state to institute this ban after California and Maryland. For SBU-TV, I'm Maya Capolino.
A similar legislation failed to get a vote last year, but supporters say they're more optimistic because Democrats control both chambers of the New York State legislature.
We lost Dr. Kimberly Young last month. Yesterday, the campus remembered her with a ceremony.
A memorial service was held for Dr. Kimberly Young Thursday morning. Friends and colleagues gathered to mourn and remember the impact Dr. Young had on their lives.
She was funny, that she was warm, that she was such a good person, that she would bend over backwards to help you.
Some of those paying their respects spoke of their favorite memories of Dr. Young, including her secret talents.
All of us minus Kimberly rented the shoes in the alley and do all of that, but Kimberly comes with her designer bag, with her own ball, with her own shoes, and so I have a bowler.
Her humor and generosity were highlighted.
Kimberly and Jim went on a cruise to Alaska. And before she left, she said, "What would you like me to bring from Alaska?" So flippantly, I said, "Ice." When she returned from that trip, she came to my office with a bag of ice.
Dr. Young meant so much to so many people. She has left her imprint on the world through her various works and the relationships she has forged.
Yeah, I was honored to be her friend.
Dr. Kimberly Young passed away from cancer on February 28th. The world lost a bright and wonderful person that day, but her legacy will live on.
And I miss her. Is it any wonder that I continue to breathe?
I'm Zachary Murphy with SBU-TV.
Dr. Young's last published book was a memoir that examined her battle with lung cancer and her life. Up next, we continue to investigate a meth bust in Olean.
Plus, we take a closer look at women involved in science and technology programs. SBU-TV, new now next.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Thanks for joining us. Tyler Harding on the run after two prior engagements with meth and a failure to appear in court. Harding is a wanted man. SBU-TV's Nicholas Gallo takes you on the scene of the crime where it all began.
You're looking at 28-year-old Tyler Harding, who is on the run. On September 22nd, Olean Police and Drug Task Force found materials consistent with mixing ingredients like pseudoephedrine. You can find this chemical in over-the-counter drugs like Zyrtec and Sudafed congestion at most pharmacies. I was able to go inside this very home that was raided back in September.
Oh, I was angry. Yeah. I was very angry. This is right next to my house.
That angry voice you heard was from landlord Roger Holes, who didn't want to be on camera. He shared with me his intentions of buying the building and how disheartened he was about what was going on next door.
Yeah. The reason I bought this years and years ago was they were making crack and selling it out the upstairs window. They got busted. I bought so I could control who lives next door to me. If people think I would willingly let somebody come in here making meth and living next door to me, they're up in their sleep.
Rogers expressed the one thing he said bothered him the most was how the police handled and executed the operation.
The place got raided 2 nights before the eviction. The eviction was well known. There's no doubt in my mind that the authorities knew that the eviction was coming. Why do you come here at 10:30 at night looking for Tyler? Why don't you come here during the day and ask me if Tyler's here?
According to what Roger told me, he saw Tyler get in a car from North Carolina and told everyone that he left. SBU-TV Nicholas Gallo with your new Now Next.
As of this morning, Captain Robert Bolowski of the Olean Police Department informed us that Harding is still on the loose. If you have any information on his whereabouts, please contact your local officials. Check our social media for updates regarding this case.
Come October, anyone under the age of 18 will be considered a juvenile in the eyes of the court system.
I'm here at the Olean City Police Department because come October 1st, 2019, 17 years old will no longer be the age to try someone as an adult. It'll now be 18 years old. So what exactly does this mean? Well, I talked to New York State Trooper James O'Callahan to break it down.
Certain charges that would meet certain criteria if the 16 or even 15-year-old were arrested, that was a violent felony, then that could obviously be brought to criminal court. But typically for, like you said, like, we have a 15, 16-year-old stealing or shoplifting from a store or things like, or maybe from a vehicle. Those are nonviolent misdemeanor crimes. So what'll happen with that is they'll be either considered a juvenile delinquent, adolescent offender, to go to family court, and they'll handle it.
So what is the difference between family court and criminal court? When it comes to family court, the family of the accused child is involved, and punishment usually involves community service. When it comes to criminal court, they handle cases involving adults, usually felony charges, and punishment often involves jail time. Christopher Burke, a defense attorney for criminal and family court, says raising the criminal adult age to 18 is the right move. He said as long as the teen does not commit crimes past the age of 18, their record of petty crimes will be sealed. For SBU-TV, I'm Megan Burke.
A University of Rochester study found that part of teens' brain does not fully develop until the age of 25.
After June 1st, Robert Doherty will be stepping down from the position of chair of SBU's Board of Trustees. Doherty and the rest of the board had stayed an extra year in their positions to ease present Dr. Dennis DePiro into his new role in 2017. Doherty told his colleagues on the board that circumstances were no longer exceptional and that St. Bonaventure is headed in the right direction. Doherty is praised by his board peers as invaluable and for rising to the occasion during a pivotal time in SBU's history. The trustee committee of the board will be voting on a new chair on their May 31st meeting. According to the National Science Foundation, there's been a growth of women in biological and related sciences since the 1990s. However, in technology programs, this isn't the case. I explored the underrepresentation of women in computer science and cybersecurity majors.
There will be a 3 million cybersecurity worker gap by the end of 2019, says Dr. Sarif Sada. However, the field is only 11% female.
If we can increase that, we might be able to cover more of that shortage.
Only 4 women major in cybersecurity and 5 in computer science at St. Bonaventure University. Nationally, 18% of computer science majors are women, according to the National Girls Collaborative Project. However, other STEM majors like biology are about 50% female. I talked to Dr. Zhang, the director of Bonaventure's biochemistry program, about why technology attracts so few women.
When you talk about biology, a lot of times people associate it with some very applicable job opportunities like being doctor.
In technology, girls don't see this field as creative and applicable to their interests. However, Ashley Del Vento doesn't see it that way.
Every time that you work with programming, it's a different challenge that you have to overcome. So it's kind of like all the elements of problem solving that I enjoy, coupled with the creativity.
Dr. Zhang also blames a lack of female role models in the field.
So that becomes really not very supportive for them to imagine themselves in that place.
According to Forbes, media portrayals in popular culture stereotypes technology as a male field. Dr. Sarif Sada says the lack of female role models reinforces these stereotypes.
And to change that, it takes more women who are successful in this field so that girls are convinced to move into this area.
The BRAID initiative encouraged universities to modify their Intro to Computer Science courses. The effects are promising. When UC Berkeley changed the title of their course to The Beauty and Joy of Computing, female enrollees outnumbered male ones for the first time ever. An artifact returns home to the Seneca tribe.
Plus, a new skate park could be coming to Allegheny. SBU-TV, new now next.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Thanks for joining us. A historical peace pipe returns to the Seneca tribe. Aaron Lanahan traveled to the Salamanca to speak with experts about their efforts to keep it home permanently.
A gift from President George Washington to Seneca leader Corn Planter in 1792 returns to Seneca land. The Corn Planter peace pipe tomahawk, a symbol of friendship and adversaries.
When he gave this to Corn Planter, it was a show of good faith that everything would work out, and what Corn Planter was looking for basically was peace.
One of the cultural specialists, Albert, told me in 1803, Corn Planter tried to burn all gifts he received from Europeans. This tomahawk somehow survived the blaze.
Wooden haft here was actually burned beyond recognition.
Now it lives in the Aguas Triadade, or Distinct Community Exhibit, in the Cultural Center because of its historical importance to the Seneca tribe. I'm here at the Onosequete Cultural Center of the Seneca Iroquois National Museum. Onosequete means opening of the house, just like the people here open their center to visitors who want to see the Corn Planter peace pipe tomahawk. This tomahawk is on loan from the New York State Museum, but people here are fighting to keep it in the Seneca Nation permanently. The tomahawk lived in the New York State Museum, but someone stole it in 1947. It floated around on the black market for years. It was anonymously donated back to the museum in 2018, and museum director David Shango couldn't be happier.
Almost like trying to find a unicorn or something, you know, it's like almost mythical.
David also told me how he's trying to keep the peace pipe here in the Cultural Center.
It goes back to NAGPRA, Native American Graves and Repatriation Act in 1990. Things that I consider significant for our culture need to come back home.
Corn Planter should be happy his tomahawk is at peace once again in the Seneca Nation. Aaron Lanahan, SBU-TV, new now next.
If you want to check out the Peace Pipe Tomahawk at the Cultural Center, it's on display for the next 6 months.
Could you live without plastic bags? You might have to learn how. SBU-TV's Madeline Edwards found out how this could affect you.
According to biologicaldiversity.org, it takes at least 500 years for plastic bags to degrade. Even then, they don't ever completely degrade, and they continue to pollute the environment.
On the St. Bonaventure loop of the Allegheny River Trail, where I found plastic waste like this plastic bag alongside the trail. New York is trying to plan into their budget to get rid of these plastic bags.
Suffolk County has already started this ban and have found it successful. This ban will eliminate single-use plastic bags. These are the bags that retailers and restaurants often use to put your items in. Instead of using plastic bags, paper bags would be available for a fee of 5 cents per bag, or you can bring your own reusable bags. I spoke to Lauren Berry, a sophomore at St. Bonaventure, to get her take on the ban.
That some of the problems that are caused by plastic bags can be solved by banning them, but like if there was a 10-cent price to get a plastic bag, I think it would incentivize people to bring reusable bags rather than just banning them.
SBU-TV, Madeline Edwards, new now next.
Lawmakers hope to have a budget by Monday.
A new public skate park in Allegheny? SBU-TV's Brendan O'Leary grinds the details.
The Allegheny River Park on West Union Street, right beside the Allegheny River, is the planned site for a new skate park. The group organizing the project named the park the Allegheny River Skate Park.
I'm here at the Allegheny River Park, the agreed upon location of the construction for the Allegheny River Skate Park. That location behind me, the empty field, that's the agreed upon spot for which construction will take place. but won't happen for about another 2 years.
The group is looking for a $250,000 grant from the Tony Hawk Foundation and the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation. This is part of an ongoing mission for those two organizations who are looking to give matching grants to 16 counties in western New York and Michigan. Board President Abby Kalinowski said that the community of Allegheny has been very supportive.
It's been very positive, actually, including some of the older members of the community have come up to me and said, hey, this is a great idea.
The park is next to a scrapyard and away from most residential buildings, making the noise that would be caused by the park minimal. Charity Hammond, a junior at St. Bonaventure University, thinks the idea of a skate park is very beneficial for the community, especially for girl skateboarders.
Again, like relating it back to like girls who skateboard, I feel like it gives them a lot of confidence too, just because it's something I guess that's not seen as like feminine, but it definitely helps like with confidence and character building as well. So
This has been Brennan O'Leary bringing you New Now Next, SBU-TV.
The Allegheny Village Board anonymously approved the project on December 3rd, but would not fund it. Instead, the Allegheny River Skate Park Group will fundraise money to secure the matching grant. Feeling stressed? We found out the possible causes.
Also, 2 of SBU's rugby players recognized for their extraordinary accomplishments this season. Don't go anywhere. SBU-TV is New Now Next.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back. College can be a stressful time. More students use the health center than ever before. Robert Barbieri looks at the biggest issues facing students and how the school is trying to help.
On this beautiful day and on this beautiful campus, it's hard to imagine students being stressed, but many at St. Bonaventure and across the country are.
Feeling like I don't have enough time to do anything.
Destiny Rodriguez is a strategic communication student. Her biggest source of stress is finding that school-life balance.
Okay, you have to manage your time, have time to eat, have time to shower, have time to go to sleep, and still have time to do your work. Like, it stresses me out.
According to the St. Bonaventure University Wellness Center, since 2016, there has been a 27% increase of students utilizing the counseling services. In 2018 alone, there have been 523 student visits that were anxiety-related, 310 student depression-related visits, and over 100 substance abuse visits.
We are addicted to our phones, social media, web surfing, you name it.
University counselor Chris Anderson says most students come to him with depression and anxiety, specifically social anxiety, which he believes is connected to the use of technology.
If people would learn to control the amount of social media that they engage in, both personal as well as mainstream media and news notifications and all that, I do believe that we would be able to process things better and treat each other more civilly.
So what's behind the numbers?
And every student virtually who wanted to contribute put up their hand and said, stress, we're so stressed out.
St. Bonaventure professor William Elation wrote a book called Rethinking Stress in an Age of Ease. This book is what he describes a field manual for students of all ages.
Why is this occurring when things are getting technically easier? Why is stress going up? So that's what I looked at.
Robert Barbieri, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
It is not uncommon for anyone at one time or another to need supportive assistance. The Wellness Center is designed to serve students in all areas by providing care and education regarding prevention, early detection, and treatment of illness.
Two Bonaventure athletes are in the process of extending their careers into the big leagues, professional rugby. Amanda Oliver spoke to both athletes about this exciting time.
Kyle Sequeira and Eamon Matthews impacted this year's rugby season, with Kyle signing with the New England Free Jackets and Eamon being nominated for Player of the Year, along with him pursuing a professional contract.
The men's rugby team competed throughout their amazing season here at the Mara Fields Complex. Even with the statistics pinned against them, Eamon Matthews and Kyle Sequeira worked hard both in the classroom and on the field to have the opportunities to play professionally. I spoke to both of them about their journeys and found out what's up next for these Bonnies.
And they just called me up and I was ecstatic. I made my debut 2 weeks ago and we're in this cup, right? It's called the Cara Cup.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to just talk to these next level guys and have a couple options as well. It's really cool to see that also in terms of like USA Rugby itself, which puts a lot of pride on our chest as well for the country.
I couldn't miss out on all the action, so I jumped in and learned some of the rugby passing techniques. Assistant coach Danny Neighbor had more on what these two athletes are all about.
You know, they're similar in their energy that they bring, but different characters when it comes to kind of being serious, you know, on and off the field.
All smiles and gratitude as these boys finish up.
Super thankful for the school and the support, and just you guys have been awesome and it's been the best 4 years of my life, so thank you guys very much.
Bringing you new Now Next, I'm Amanda Oliver, SBU-TV.
Eamon Matthews has the potential to be named the Player of the Year. You can cast your vote on our Facebook page. We wish Kyle and Eamon a luck in their next chapter.
Would the Paralympic athlete from Allegheny get a chance to compete in the 2020 Paralympic Games? SBU-TV's Teddy Caputo has the inside scoop.
Martha Ruther was born legally blind in both eyes. However, she hasn't let it stop her from doing what she loves. She picked up swimming in first grade with the help of her gym teacher, Kathleen Wozniak, and hasn't looked back since. Now, after breaking numerous D2 college records, winning 2 gold medals, and finally in the 2016 Paralympic Games, Ruther has a chance to compete in the 2020 Paralympic Games in Tokyo. I'm standing next to the Allegheny Limestone High School pool where Martha Ruther used to practice and compete. In the 6 years she spent in this pool, she broke 2 school records, one of which she still holds today. I talked to Martha and her parents to find out how swimming has blessed her over the years, even without the use of her vision.
I have met some of the best people in my life through swimming. One of these girls I met through Paralympics. I'm in her wedding, and we wouldn't meet any other way but through Paralympic swimming.
When she was swimming in high school, Maureen took over the swim team as the head coach and pretty much gave her shot where some others didn't.
She couldn't play sports with a ball because it would detach the retina in her eyes, so swimming just went, and she did really well at it and just took off, and she feels free in the pool. She doesn't feel the disability there.
From like a motivational standpoint, I don't see why somebody who's visually impaired wouldn't be able to do any sport they want to. I mean, just because your eyes don't work doesn't mean your body doesn't work.
Ruther also has a chance to break the world record in the 50-meter freestyle during her training later this week. I'm Teddy Caputo, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
Dr. Paula Scrappa has invited Martha Ruther to be the keynote speaker for this year's Girls and Women in Sports Day. This event will take place on Tuesday, April 16th at St. Bonaventure's campus.
The warmer temperatures and budding trees are a welcome sign of spring, and the changing of the seasons are many itching to get outside. SBU-TV's Courtney Martin shows you how to enjoy the enchanted mountains on a bike.
I'm here at Upcycle, a local bike shop in Olean. Today we're here with SBU senior Michael Nelson, an avid cyclist who loves to use her bike to get around campus. With the warm weather coming up, let's head inside and see what we can find out to get our bikes ready for spring.
Something I also like to do is take stock of my cycling wardrobe.
Don't be fooled by the sunshine. Spring in Western New York can be rather chilly.
It's important to have the right gear. Something like this is good because you can keep your core warm without overheating.
With the right apparel, it's time to hit the pavement. After the long winter months, a tune-up is in store. Upcycle owner Chris Piaggi explains what that entails.
We would make sure that the wheels were true and the brakes and derailleurs were working, and check all the bearings. It's also a good idea to make sure that your tires are properly inflated, but that holds any time of year.
Safety is also a priority.
One of the best ways to be safe is to wear a helmet.
Now, dust off those handlebars and dig your bike out of the garage. Spring has officially sprung.
It's great exercise and it's a good way to get to know people on campus.
I think everyone should have a bike on campus.
For SBU-TV, I'm Courtney Martin. New, now, next.
During the spring and summer months, Upcycle has weekly shop rides for those interested in getting involved. They're open to all bikes and riders.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember to follow us on our social media pages for more information on all things SBU-TV New Now Next. We'll see you here next Friday at 10 a.m. For SBU-TV, I'm Roisin Coleman.
And I'm Jocelyn Person. Have a great weekend.